Welcome to Family Gamer TV. We've just had news from Hollywood of that Disney Infinity 2.0 announcement that the new game for 2014 is Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes. Now, a lot to take in as both Marvel and Disney executives unveiled the new game, both figures and gameplay, in the auditorium, and it's interesting to just sort of gauge the reaction from the crowd there, and it was one of sort of suspension of disbelief, of excitement, of anticipation of what might come next. Now, this is a game, perhaps unexpectedly, that focuses seemingly exclusively on Marvel. So whereas Disney Infinity, the first game, sort of jumped around the different franchises, in this Disney Infinity 2.0 it seems to be everything is about Marvel. So that means we have Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, Hulk and Hawkeye characters coming in, along of course with playsets. Now here, stories with much more emphasis on the story here, penned by Michael Bendis, and if you're a Marvel fan you'll obviously know who he is. And that takes us back into that sort of familiar now back and forth between playset and toy box. And so you have the playset experiences where you've got the main adventure, and then back in the toy box you collect your items, and of course these are all Marvel items, and we'll get to what new play discs and power discs you've got to use in that toy box in a moment, and you have that back and forth between these two areas. But in the toy box we have something of an enhancement. So there's a new pyramid piece that creates franchise adventures, structured franchise challenges in the toy box. So potentially, rather than just those adventures coming from by putting a figure on the Disney Infinity base, they're here coming by putting a particular new pyramid piece for the toy box, and that's something we didn't have in Disney Infinity 1.0, the first game. Along with that, the toy box itself has been enhanced to help players more easily create their adventures, and I think there'll just be more hand-holding, some extra tools to get you going quicker, and potentially more items unlocked, I think, from the start of the game. Certainly in my family, it took us a while to have enough items to really build something exciting in that toy box. Now, all of your old characters, power discs, will all be supported in Disney Infinity 2.0. You can bring those into the toy box side of the game. I suspect not into the playsets, which will obviously have a Marvel theme. And all those characters come across with their stats intact and also get a level cap boost from 15 to 20. Again, similar to what we've seen with Skylanders doing. Each time you come up to a new game, it supports the old figures, but you get that nice level cap. So it's good to see Disney matching Activision there. But here you can spend some of those stats in what sounds like a more detailed way of upgrading your characters. There's a Marvel skills tree in Disney Infinity 2.0, which suggests there's more of that sort of Skylanders type development with your character, rather than just upgrading in a sort of a linear path. You have a slightly more choice. Of course, you had a bit of choice in the original Disney Infinity, but here it sounds like with talk of a skills tree, there's more to see, and there's more to upgrade in your characters. Now, to play this game, it sounds like you'll need a new starter pack, and they're talking about a Disney Infinity Base 2.0. So potentially, I think that means that you won't be able to use your old starter pack and your old Disney Infinity disc to play the game. You'll need a new disc for Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes. And again, that's a similar and a familiar way of selling these games. Families and younger players don't necessarily get on that well with downloading content, and so potentially going this route won't seem too unusual to those family players. I think there may be some who would suggest, could this not have been DLC for that original game? And there needs to be some sort of message and some sort of understanding about how we reuse that original Disney Infinity base, or whether we do need a new one. Currently, that's not 100% clear. Now, this is coming up on pretty much every platform: Wii U, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 now, Xbox One, of course Xbox 360. Now, it's really nice to see it coming into the next gen space, and I'm sure it will look really good on those consoles. Potentially also how much you can create in the toy box. I think in those spaces you'll have more horsepower, more memory, and so those toy box worlds you can create, I think, will go a bit further on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Missing from that list, of course, is the Wii version. This is the moment where I think Disney Infinity is moving on from the Wii. Of course, they're supporting the Wii U and those next generation consoles, but not matching what Trap Team are doing with Skylanders in still supporting that older platform, which is still, as you tell us, is still very popular in families. So if you want to play Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes, you need to move up. Maybe this is the time to get onto the Wii U, or maybe look at a next gen consoles to get that real top tier experience. But what we're going to do now is look in detail at some of these power discs and figures. So we're going to break down these power discs into different groups. So first of all, let's look at the Marvel skies and textures. World War Hulk here lets you customize your landscape to make it look as if Hulk went on a smashing rampage. Obviously things are going to be broken. There's going to be architecture falling down in the background. Then on to World War Hulk Sky. Obviously we're on a Hulk theme here. You can turn your blue skies green with this Hulk themed power disc. Moving on to Stark Tech, you can deck out your toy box, compliments of Tony Stark. Unlock the Stark Industries tech theme with this upgraded hologram readout tech ability. Then moving on, view from the suit. Ever wonder what it's like to see the world from inside Iron Man's helmet? Check out this hologram readout. So that will apply a sort of a hologram look to the world as you're using this power disc. Moving on to Marvel vehicles or things you can ride. We've got the Hydra motorcycle. Take Hydra's motorcycle for a spin. Sidecar included. Whether that allows you to have two characters travelling on that vehicle at the same time, I don't know. That would be a nice touch. Lola need a ride. Of course, this unlocks the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s hover car. Moving on, S.H.I.E.L.D. containment truck. This contains enemies, so keeps them out the way and protects civilians with the S.H.I.E.L.D. truck. So potentially there's a bit of strategy coming in there to how you're going to be solving some of these levels. Falcon wings. Now you put these on, it'll be maybe a bit like a jetpack, but essentially these will let you fly if you put this power disc under your character. The A-Vignette. Hop on board for the Avon Jet for a speed boost in your toy box. Moving on, we've got some team-ups and costumes. So we've got here the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier strike. Send down a missile strike from above. Your enemies will need to take cover. So obviously that's some support fire coming in there. Marvel team-up. So this lets you team up with the Winter Soldier and then sort of catch your enemies in the crossfire. And we've got another team-up with Iron Patriot, which gives you some extra strength to your attack. Hit them fast and hit them hard. Then we're moving on to the Stark Arc Reactor. Try the Mark 42 on for size. Unlock Iron Man's black and white special edition Guardians of the Galaxy armor with added boom. So there, it's interesting there we've got a different franchise coming in. I think that's what we saw in Disney Infinity 1.0. These power discs are a nice way for them to add to the franchises. Then Sentinel of Liberty here, expand your superhero wardrobe with Captain America's World War II costume and original shield. And I presume that gives you a sort of a protection boost. Then finally, Gamma Rays, this old school power up. The original grey Hulk costume gives you extra strength when you are smashing. So there you go, they're the headlines from the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel superheroes. Something we'll be saying a lot in the coming year. I hope that was useful and interesting. I think we'll have more information. We're going to have a trailer. We're going to have lots of images from the game, as well as a sort of a report from the show floor. So stay tuned to Family Gamer TV. If you subscribe, then we can let you know when those new videos have come up. And in the meantime, we'll be back soon.